Hey guys, so this is RE0 episode 22, enraptured in blood. Ooh, sexy. Okay, so this episode is so good. Like, it's absolute goddamn fire. Like, because, like, episodes kind of split into three parts. Because we have the Elsa versus Garfield fight, which is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so good. It's just, it's just cool. It's just so cool. Garfield's being a badass. Elsa is somewhat likable. For a character I hated at the start of season one for, like, murdering fucking everyone. I kind of find her kind of endearing now, and I don't know how to feel about that in any way. Cause like, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Go to it. Anyway, the episode starts off with just them going at it, and Garfield's doing surprisingly well. Like, he's doing really well actually. Like, he literally gouges out like Elsa's eye. Doesn't matter, but he still does it. And I love Garfield's just complete overconfidence for Subaru. Like, we all know how Subaru's Subaru's just normal. He's not some badass half demi human part tiger. I think tiger. Yeah, part tiger who can just pummel anything to death. He's just normal, and we see as his cool idea fails so bad. Like, the dust explosion, good concept. It probably would have worked better than Otto's plan if it actually worked. I assume a dust explosion has to happen in an enclosed space, and that wasn't an enclosed space. Like, isn't that the whole idea? The particles get like all compact and they go boom. Just throwing dust at a fire doesn't explode. Probably. Either way, Otto comes, saves the day, saves Super's ass again. Um, uh, but then the mansion just it's on fire. So, like, Betty's room is a room inside the mansion, right? So, like, she uses her power or her magic to like create like a separate room. Would her room still be there if the mansion got burnt down? Well, I guess not, because Elsa can get into her room by just opening up every fucking door until there's no doors left. So, yeah, I guess she would burn down. Yeah, Subaru does go to save her, and well, no matter how much she doesn't want to be saved, but it's Subaru. She's gonna get saved. Everyone's gotta get saved. Roswell gets saved. Maylee gets saved. Everyone gets saved. The whole point of this fucking show. um, I do love them just playing fucking Rem Hot Potato. From Freddy to goddamn Subaru to Otto. I kind of low key hope that Otto just gives Rem to oh my god, what's her name? Oh no, what's her name? Oh, what's her name? Oh, how have I forgotten her name? Oh, you were adorable. Not Patrash. I want to call you Patrash. Uh, oh my God, what is her name? Yeah, Petra. I really do hope Otto just gives Rem to Petra, and then we'll give Rem to Patrash, and just keeps on going because I don't know. I'm enjoying this little game of Rem hot potato. Um, I ca- I'll leave Amelia's stuff for a little bit because there's some stuff I want to talk about. Cause Minerva is sus. So I'll just continue with the Elsa fight because that's kind of like split into parts. I said so. Elsa is like kind of like I kind of like her because she's like blatantly evil, 100% kind of evil. Likes cutting people in the gut. Not nice. I wouldn't call that a nice thing for someone to do, in my opinion. I'm not going to judge, but I wouldn't. But they have a really nice like sister type thing between Elsa and Melee, and it's I mean like it's kind of how like Elsa loses because she's straight up about to murk Garfield, like glass shard into the face until like Melee is about to like get crushed. And it's weird. It's like obviously they're not actual siblings because like I don't know, but I don't think so. It doesn't they don't look like it's not anyway. Um. So what else happens? I I do really love Garfield's line of like what they say the master swordsman Reed laughed as he drew his sword against the dragon. It's like Elsa's like, that's like an idiom for being dumb and crazy. He's like, yeah, of course I know. I am dumb and crazy. And it's just, I mean, if you're like, he is like, this dude is like 14. Like, he's fighting literally a master assassin who previously fought Reinhardt. You know, the Golden Boy of the series, the high standard. And he's like, he doesn't even give a shit. He just goes. And then, poor little rock piggy just gets brutalized, and it's like it's kind of beautiful, cause it's Garfield just opens up that guy like a goddamn fucking coke bottle. Like he just twists and open, and he seems to have better control of his like aware tiger form, cause like whenever he goes into it last time, he just seems kind of like he has no control. But here it seems like he has at least a level of control because he's putting his arms out. It's not just whole body Migo rampage, bam bam, angry angry, and yeah, uh, it's very Charlie. I respect it. I respect it in a good way. And then like, so he calls her a vampire, and like I don't get where he gets that from. It's like she can't die. I get that. I like, is she though? Like, is she a vampire? I don't know. I didn't think so until he mentioned it, but like, she's kind of mortal. But she doesn't really drink blood. She like holds people's guts in a very romantic way. I don't know. Calls her and like, okay, so he mentions like what there one of the witches was a vampire, and I started looking up and I was like, oh yeah, totally forgot about it. Like I was counting them all out, trying to figure out which would be the witch, which would be a vampire. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, oh yeah, Carmilla is literally a vampire name. Like what? It comes from where are my notes here? The book Carmilla by Sheridan LaFana in 1872, 26 years or 24 years before Bram Stoker's Dracula was made. I'm like, one, I never noticed that because I'm a dum dum, but I'm like, she's a vampire. She's like the fucking cute little Remposter is a vampire. Then again, I kind of want to know how like every witch has died because do we know how any of them died? Like I know Kinna, what she get killed by the dragon or she fight the dragon or something? Maybe Hector. I don't, yeah, we don't know how many of them or any of them have died. Oh, or was it Sotelo? I don't know. I'd like more information because I want to know who could kill these motherfuckers. They're pretty dope. Um, yeah. Anything else about that fight? I want to talk about. Give a bit of Elsa's backstory. It's about kind of what you'd expect, like kind of sad, lonely peasant life. About to get R worded, and nope, and just stabs the guy. Just got pretty guts. I'm now into guts. Cool, respect it. Not much. And then Garfield just throws Elsa's goddamn mobbies at her, and she goes splat, and she's obviously not dead. Like she's not. Like I don't know if she'll still be an antagonist after this for like a while, but she's not fucking dead. Like there's no way in hell she's dead. It's not gonna happen. No matter how much you want it, and that's pretty much all the fight. And gosh, it's so cool to watch because like it really shows you like one how physically like the physical prowess of Garfield, because he's going proper toe to toe like with an assassin. And like I guess it also shows you like how like Elsa's fucking loving it. She is like smitten for Garfield, and I love it. It's like it's yeah, that's my one true pairing, Elsa and Garfield, because you know Garfield and Ram are not going to happen after this episode anyway because of Ram's desperate love for Roswell, which not going to go well. You know what? Stay lovey. Mm, tasty. Um, yeah, and like there's a weird romantic tension when they go at it and they start biting each other's necks like vampires. One, I'm kind of impressed that like Elsa's teeth can bite into Garfield like that. Like Garfield has literally jagged teeth for biting into like flesh. But Elsa just has normal people teeth, and she just goes at it. And she looks like she does more damage to Garfield than he does to her. I just don't know how. I'm like, girl must drink her milk. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that part. But that's only one of the three parts. I guess I'll go on to Emilia Tan's part because that's kind of cool. But like, there's so much I just don't get about that. Because there's a like, what is it called? Ba 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 ba. Yeah, when she goes to face the disaster yet to come, the obvious future bit. Like, okay, so obviously the little flash forward she sees is the burnt mansion, and I don't know. I feel like that actually might happen this season. I don't know. I don't know. Fantery, blah blah blah. And she hates someone. I don't know. Anyway, but there's a lot of dialogue mixed in there. Like I'm pretty sure I saw some things about Wilhelm. Someone calling Amelia Nisama. I don't know who that is, and there's a lot in there, and I just can't. If, I mean, some of them could be from the what if scenarios, which would make a lot of sense, like the greed what if and pride what if and so on and so forth. It would make sense if Lion Dog were taken from there as alternate futures. Also, kind of a dick move for a kid not to be like, yo, just see all the bad features. Shoo. But fair, because you know, Kitten was kind of sad after last episode. Honestly, I felt bad for Kitten, and I don't know why she was like that anyway. Oh, there's so much I don't know. There's just more about Kitten. I'll talk about in a minute or two that I really am confused about. Okay, Minerva, sus AF. She there. I've now realized how little I know about every other witch when Minerva just knows Amelia's mom, and I'm like, is Minerva Amelia's mom? I mean, I don't think so. It's definitely a possibility now I think about it because Amelia's mom has to be a full-on human because well, probably I'm making assumptions here, but like, so Mother Fortuna was like her aunt, so and her brother was Amelia's dad. So Fortuna is a full-on elf, so I would assume her brother is also a full-on elf. So for Amelia to be, you know, a half elf, her mother would have to be a full-on human. I'm like, okay, and because I know her hair comes from her dad's hair, or was her eyes. Either way, she has a lot of her dad looks. I don't know about her mom though, and I'm like, okay, so who's her mom? Obviously, it's a big deal. Otherwise, Echidna and Minerva wouldn't just keep mentioning it like, "Ooh, your mom, daughter of the witch," or some shit like that. But you know, mystery series. Obviously, they're gonna keep mysterious. What am I complaining about? Don't be a baby, Shane. Um. Anyway, gotta give her credit. She has grown up a lot. Like this series is well, this whole like season, well, part two seasons has really been about growing up. I guess you could say it's like because a lot of main cast are a lot of them before this were really living in the past, and like case in point like Subaru and all that from before episode 4 when he met his parents and shit. Like, and now everyone's kind of more hopeful and looking towards the future, and like that's more prevalent with Roswell and Ram later, but get to there. But Millie takes the whole bad future really well. Like compared to part one, where just her past was breaking her down. Now, if I saw what had happened to Juice like that, I would be broken down because Best Boy Juice did not deserve that. And whatever doing, but she's doing it real well. And she goes through the door, and so on and so forth. Now, what's the deal with Echidna? Like, okay, obviously, there's something up with Echidna's face or something. Like, she looks different, probably in the Tea Party. Like her, what was it, 400 years, the present Echidna is like obviously she is somewhat grown in a way, probably maybe kinder or something. Because we never got to see her eyes in the flashback for some reason. It was like kind of mysterious, so we never actually got to see her face. So obviously she looked different, and that's really ask questions of like what's changed in Echidna to make her look different at the tea party than her literal corpse. It's not like the corpse is decayed or anyway. It's like, oh, pristine white skin, perfectly kept. But apparently, she looks so different that Amelia can't recognize her. It's really weird, and I just like, what's the deal with that? I'd like to know, but say la vie, blah blah blah. And then we get to literally the best part of this goddamn episode, which is every part of this goddamn episode. This episode was fire. Oh wait, no, actually, I've mentioned one more thing. Yeah, bam, snowstorm. So, I know the whole Ram and Roswell plot was about not causing the snowstorm and not causing the great Ma beast, little rabbit thing, the Usogui beast, to come and destroy the world, destroy everyone. But I kind of low key like I didn't forget about it, but I kept it at the back of my head because it wasn't a priority. Because I would assumed it would take a while for the snowstorm to take effect, so on and so forth. It would be like episode 12 stuff. But no, the snowstorm is like in full effect when Amelia comes out of there, and it's like, oh shit. Oh, so is Amelia gonna have to deal with that now? Or is there like a weird time delay while she was in the future? Because like, it does feel like when she's in the trials, it takes the time is different. Well, we already know the time is different. Like, because when Subaru was ever in the Tea Party, he would be like, it'd take milliseconds, and he'd be done. But it feels like the inverse. It feels like a lot of time gets like taken because all the villages were out there when she went in for the last trial. But by the time she comes out, which presumably wouldn't have been that long, they're all gone, and then there's a giant snowstorm. And that leads you to the whole idea is like, oh no, somehow Puck and Ram lost. And well, I guess they did. But yeah, we'll get to that now because this part is fire. It's also really emotionally impactful. I'm like, okay, where are you, notes? Ah, there you are. So obviously, I don't know what Puck meant when he was like he messed with Amelia and Puck's contract like Roswell did. I don't know what he did. He just messed with it apparently to make her. Did he mess with her memories or no? Because memories were like that since the contract began. So I don't know. It's all I know. Like all I really mention is how that she's gotten a lot just because what he did to her pretty much made her a lot more desperate, which we have seen. Quite sad. Not fun times because of how like bad she got during her trials, and like, oh, like because obviously he had this plan set way back because he mentions how he altered the contract like after like season one shit like after Subaru went proper full on crazy with his tirade, which probably was only like a week or two in the story. Not a lot of time has really passed in ReZero, but like that's like the second part of part like season one shit. And like he has been setting this up for them going to the trial before even going to sanctuary. So obviously he had big brain. Well, I guess you could say he big brained it, but like it was probably in his like grimoire. So he just did that because it said so. Mm, mm. And you got some lovely smack talk between Puck and Roswell because Puck's angry. Puck is so angry, and I love it because you never really get to see it except for like the frozen bonds OVA and stuff. But claps back with the "You're gonna make Betty sad." I'm like, I honestly didn't think that would affect Roswell, but like, boy was triggered. Boy was like, you can tell he still really has like an emotional connection to Betty, even though what he's doing is sending assassins to kill her. But he's doing that, I'm guessing, in the assumption that Subaru is going to save them anyway by capitulating and working with like Echidna and all that, which what he wants to happen, so he can get his wish of like bring back it with the dragon's blood and all that so on. Uh, it's just it's just kind of sad because you look at Roswell in this episode and I feel just so sad for him, even though he's like super villain. He's just super villain. Like it's crazy, and like because he keeps living in the past. Like he's so stuck in the past, he can't see the present. He not even talking about the future. Like literally everything he sees about the future revolves around his past and that grimoire he got in the past that tells him his future. It's because like everyone in Classic, save for Roswell, like currently at least, is growing past their past. Like Garfield accepting his mother's death, even Ram like getting over her revenge fuel for Roswell to like learn to love him in a way. Weird, I don't know. I don't agree with, cute little waifu and clown prince over there, but you know what? I'm not going to judge. And you can really tell, like, Roswell does not like himself. Because, like, the face he gives Ram, like, when she tells him she has the whole Rem, I love you scene, they look so similar. Just, oh, Rem, I miss you. But, like, he gets so angry. Like, he thinks he's messing with her. Like, messing with him. That's crazy because, like, obviously she's not. She really does have these feelings. But he can't even imagine that's an actual real thing. And it's just, it's sad. It's so sad.